It's time for the Southern Mallee Giants report, and Coleman Schache, I tell you, he was out there looking at a new suit. He was getting his tie ready, and the mid-season ball was planned, but unfortunately it's been cancelled. So to join us, Coleman, you saved some money. You didn't have to buy a new suit.
Good afternoon, Wayne. Yes, well, unfortunately, the suits are all purchased, sitting in the cupboard, just waiting till we get the restrictions on our side and we get the ball gets the all clear to go ahead. So, ready to go.
I reckon the organising committee made the right call. It's just too hard to know with the now 300, but may have been able to go ahead. But you've got to have weeks of organisation to put something of that magnitude on the mid-season ball. The Southern Mallee Giants do a great job of it too. Seen photos from past eras, and it's a really fun time. Hopefully we'll get a date for reorganising a really special event for the crew amongst the Giants. But let's talk on the field. Coleman, last week, I'll tell you what, it was a very dour win by the Saints. They got up and beat your boys, and in the end it was right down to the wire, 10-6, 66 to 9-8, 62. The one that got away for the Southern Mallee Giants, Coleman.
Yeah, it was. The Saints, they were too good for us. They come to play. We didn't quite come to play. They jumped out of the blocks and were all over us in the first quarter. So I'm not sure how far ahead they were at quarter time, but they were definitely outplaying us. And we couldn't quite fight back. We had some good patches to peg the lead back during the second quarter and third quarter. But come the fourth quarter, we couldn't quite take our chances. And we've definitely reflected on it, had some good, honest conversations, and hopefully the boys ready to go, and we can rectify that against Ararat on the home deck this weekend.
Oh, I tell you what. Now, I tell you, this is how it's been told to me. That scoreline at quarter time, just so you do know the difference in the scores, it was 3-6-24 to them. The Giants 1-1-7. Now, I'm told on good authority that Coleman Schache gave the biggest spray that we've ever seen from the coach. He got the boys in a huddle, and we're also told it was a darn good thing that there were no crowds there, because you really did give them a spray, Coleman.
No, I don't know where you've heard that from. We did have some good, honest conversations, but we were pretty lucky there was no crowd there to have our loyal supporters watch the effort that we dished up. That's for sure. So with the crowd back this weekend, hopefully we bring some better effort and put up a bit more of a fight.
Yeah, very diplomatically handled there, Coleman. Very well done. Drewy kicked 4. You were the best player. When you lose, I reckon it might be the coach puts himself up as best player, but very well done by Lyndon and Parrish and Drew, who kicked those goals. Marnie, the co-coach, also in the best players. Tyler Lehman, he'd love to hear his name on the radio, so he also played well. And what about Klein, Martin and Brown? They were good for them, and Martin 3, Karras and Hall a couple apiece in that match. Look, where can you probably get, I guess, with the players coming back? Dinham was probably missed up forward for you.
He was, so he comes back in this weekend. We obviously went with a small forward line with our 3 tools out at the moment. So getting Dins back will definitely strengthen us up with a bit of height up forward. But at the end of the day, it was we lost it in the midfield. I think the Saints just probably wanted it a bit more and worked a bit harder. So we'll look to bounce back in that area this week. So. Mm-hmm. The boys have been training well this week and ready to go.
Yeah, your percentage is at 186, Minute Matoa 208, Stall at 163. So you're right in the mix there too, and the Saints and Dimbula are way down with their percentage. So still, that hasn't taken any battering at all with a close loss in the context of the season. Talking about the side and the reserve grade now in a match of football that, it was another really good contest from your lads. They just couldn't match it with the Saints, who we know are really good at this level, 13-18 to 3-4, but you had a lot of your regular players in your reserves not able to play too. So I think a weight of numbers in the end, and probably after half-time, just didn't seem to have the ability to score. Got really tough under, I guess, the legs speed for the Saints was a bit better and able to continue through and win comfortably.
Yeah, so unfortunately with the restrictions, I didn't get to watch the 14s and the reserves, so I'm only going off what I've been told. And that we were underdone in the reserves. I know we had a few extra fill-ins coming back to the club, which really helped us out. But with the restrictions, obviously we had a few boys few locals living down the Melbourne way that come home and support us, and they do a really good job of that. And unfortunately, they weren't able to come, and did just take a bit of depth away. But to the young boys' credit, they stepped up and they still had a crack. The Saints are a good outfit in the reserves. They've got some good depth and some good, quality senior players, to be honest. So we'll definitely learn a lot. And I know they've bolstered up a little bit this week. So they get the big Liam Holland, big Dutchie back into full forward. So he provides a good target up there, and hopefully, the boys can get back on the winners list as well against the Rats.
Yeah, tell you what, you have got some good players up forward for this week's game. I just was seeing that, but we'll have a look at that in just a moment. Having a look at the 14s, and I know you didn't get a chance to see it, but the lads really came out and put in a very, very good effort. These kids every week excited to be out playing football, and I think that was probably pretty relevant in this contest because just to be on the ground again, the lads that got there, did the job, come out, booted 2 goals against the highly rated Saints, which I think is a really good effort from your Southern Mallee Giants, 10-11 to 2 goals.
Yes, they did. So talking to Lewin, the coach, after the game, he was rapt with their effort that the boys come to play. And he just wanted to, as well, thank the Saints. They're a really good club to work with and get a good contest. I think they lended us a couple of good players of theirs. So after that, they sort of kicked those first couple of goals. They made it a bit even the contest up for the rest of the game, but and that just helped our younger boys stand a bit taller, and Lewin is very, very happy with how they're tracking and progressing at the moment. They're training a couple of nights a week and loving it. And last night it was a bit of rain around the area, which got everyone excited, and the young boys were running around, diving around everywhere, and enjoying themselves. So it's good to see.
Oh, that's great stuff. Okay, and that takes us then with no mid-season ball to talk about. We'll talk about the ball on the field, and it is going to be a really important round. It's the match where crowds are back. I think that's going to be just so exciting for everyone because last week, of course, not having a crowd, people were not being able to know, and people just literally getting text scores through and Facebook scores through to know what was happening. You go to Beulah. Look, this is a beautiful place, Beulah, and you love having an opportunity to come back home after last week. Ararat come at you, though. This is a good side, Ararat. Early in the season, they were certainly being looked at when they didn't play well against Stawell, but then they came back out, and they've done a couple of good things since then. I think they had a good win over the D's. So they come up against you blokes at your home deck. I know you've got the big man Denham back in the side, but is there any other ins to the senior selection?
No, not at this stage. Just the one out. Bodie's gone back into reserves, and Din's in. So, like you said, Ararat, they're a bit unknown to us. To be honest, they've got a lot of new fresh faces, and a new coach. So haven't been able to watch them at all this year either. So there'll be a bit of unknown about it, but if we focus on what we can do, and like you said before, love getting back on our home deck. Beulah will be in top nick, I'm sure, after a bit of moisture. So we'll be raring to go, and we've got no excuses to bounce back this week.
No excuses at all for the twos also, because I reckon they're a really good opportunity here on your home deck. Have you got some boys coming back into the reserve grade? Because it did look like a slightly different team when I had a look last night. Yeah,
you're right. Done your research well there, Flo man. So the couple of Melbourne boys come in, which is Bones, he's a ruckman, so very, very important, which allows Fridge to go back to his natural habitat down full forward, centre-half forward areas. And also Dylan Turnbull, he'll provide plenty of run. He's a fitness fanatic, he is, so he'll provide plenty of run up and down the ground for the boys. And also Dutchie Holland up at full forward. He's a massive man, and he's a huge target, and he gets the boys up and going. So that'll definitely straighten us up a bit in the reserves, and good numbers on the training track there, ready to go as well.
Yeah, that's actually been encouraging. Did you train down at Beulah 2 nights this week? Because you mentioned the kids were out on a couple of nights. Do they come out the same nights?
Yeah, they do, yeah. We train down in Beulah, which we normally do, try and train in the ground that we're playing at in the lead-up to, between Hopeton and Beulah. So, got a feel for it, and looking forward to it.
All right. With the restrictions, there is 300, obviously, in terms of inside the club. But I think that's going to be good. I know catering and all that sort of thing still is happening, so please come out and support it. There is 1,000 people allowed at the game, and I think everyone at the Southern Mallee Giants, just to get good numbers through the gate, to be back playing in front of the crowd is going to be a really, really good thing. And obviously, if you get to the 1,000, well, then they'll certainly work on how some of the folk from earlier on may be able to exit and so on. But I'm pretty sure that there would be everyone be able to get in and stay in. Let's go to the kids. Now, they take on Ararat. Ararat, look, is probably going to be similar to the Saints last week, where they are just an absolute colossus in this 14-year-old age group. I know that there'll be good training run, but the kids, I noticed you had a full side on the field in the selection, so that's good news for these young lads, that you're getting enough kids to actually form a whole under-14 side.
It is. It's fantastic, and it shows the juniors there how they're developing and progressing through the year from when we started at pre-season to where they are now. It's been huge. So the future, it's looking very positive. What we've got up and coming, which is great. So don't count them out on our home deck. There, Flow Man at the local grounds. They seem to go a leg, I reckon, the young fellas. So they'll be up and raring to go, and they'll be looking forward to the contest again.
We're all looking forward to it. Everyone looking forward to being able to come out and watch football again after the 4 weeks that has prevailed. And I know that there'll be a terrific crowd of people. Hopefully the ball will happen in a week or 2 or 3 or 4 weeks' time. However, that can be organised after another home game. But exciting for everyone to be back watching footy in Coleman. Exciting to have a bit of moisture about too. I know some of you up north are not quite getting the falls that they've had down south, but let's hope for some good falls over the next few days.
Yeah, that's right. I think smiles all around the area at the moment after a bit of rain. So I think there's a bit more on the cards next week. So can't control that. So we'll worry about getting the 4 points this weekend.
Good stuff, Coleman Schache. Well focused, as he was at quarter time. Good thing that there were just a huddle of players out there at quarter time on the field who got the message from the coach, made a good comeback in the second quarter. Great to have you on board, Coleman. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, man.